With the collapsing of the Royal Knight and everyone is now fighting all of these brand new L's upon the table, this is a serious situation for not only Noelle, but for Asta and also as well Melaleona. Everyone now has some serious opposition for what was supposed to be an easy operation has now might be an absolute complete bloodshed, because this is not looking good at all for the entire gang. So I kind of like the fact that it's like Noelle is here. She's trying to be rational at first. It's like, okay, what is coming from these guys? What is going on? And even like Mimosa's like cousin was like, this is reminding him way too much of what happened to Finral's brother. This is like, okay, this is way too much like that guy from like Langris. Like, this is way too much familiar. So that also gives a sign like, this was kind of happening already as well to like Langer. Somehow like he like as they mentioned that he was the one that was kind of getting taken over, so that makes me concerned as well now, because we don't know about Finral in this situation. We don't know if he was one of these. If Langris was, then you kind of have to assume that his family, at least his brother as well, was in on this. So we don't know the situation, and if anything, this could lead us into a situation where if we have someone like Langris on the team, because like especially now that they got rid of their teleport spatial magic user, now the Royal Knights have someone if it can be with Finral. So it makes you wonder that it's like, okay, are they perhaps on their side as well? Or it's like, no, we're gonna need him when we get back, because clearly if we've lost people, we've lost luck in this battle. Like we've lost Gao becoming a Royal Knight, we lost Sister, and we've lost a ton of the Golden Dawns. We went off exactly everybody that was turned into like an elf in like the last chapter, but we've lost some heavy like competitors here. And the fact that like the first thing that Luck does with like the Golden Dawn member, he's like, he embraces him. He's like, he holds him back. So like he's like, the fact that we're able to be back here is like, they're so happy, and it's just like, you know, I'm not used to my full power yet, and you see that Luck is completely just does not give a fuck. Like, more than ever, like, you saw how much he was growing as a person, where it was like he was actually learning how to control himself, but now he's just like a wild kid again. Like, he's just blasting, like, in front of Noelle, like, completely without, like, I don't care, and he's like, guess I missed. It's been too long. I ain't gotten used to this sort of power that he's used to. And it's, you see as well, like, immediately where it's like, Noelle is freaking her shit out. It's like, what is happening with, like, what is going on? And, like, both him and also Mimosa Cousin, like, we need to get out of it. We need to bounce. We need to run. And Luck is looking a lot more different, because now we're actually seeing what his supposed true lightning armor is supposed to be, where it's like he's wearing it. It's a lot more of a sleeker form from what we've seen from like the gauntlets, from like also as well from like the boots, and also as well now he's got horns growing out of them, so he looks a lot more like an imp. Like for the most part, that's the kind of impression I got. Like it reminds me of kind of like a little elemental level imp, like dashing around. It's like they're even mentioning that it's like this, like whatever this is, we don't know if this is brainwashing, we don't know what exactly is going on here, but the fact is that his actual magic has changed, and you do get to see a tiny bit of what Luck originally looked like as his like elf form, and then also as well his current form as well. It's like you get to see that he was like one of the like younger snotty brats from like the picture that we got to see with like Leet and the rest of the characters, and Lyra, which was a big question as well, where it's like, what's happening with Lyra now? Is he now awakening as well? Which we get to see his hair just completely changes. Like where it was like pretty much black and a bit tads of white hair, it's now looking completely different. The Ma, he's got everything going on the L's, and like his imitation magic now is off the chain, because now he's like, this is what I needed to actually get myself up here now, and he is using light and dark magic, combining them together, disappearing everywhere, using the light to increase his speed and his attack. He's using like an imitation of Yami's sword. Like he is going full in, and there was a nice little moment from him where it was like he actually acknowledged Asta, where he was like, I could tell from like how you was talking, and it's like, I know full well when people are lying their fucking faces off, it's in the name. You were speaking the honest truth about what you wanted, and it's like, and he kind of like thought about that for a second. He was like, huh, I guess, you know, not all humans are shitty, but the fact of the matter is, you're human at the end of the day. So, yeah, a bit of, you know, bit of racism going on right here. Like, that's clearly what's going on, and it's like, whether or not Asta would even have a chance right now, for the most part, with like this, with Liar in this form, because clearly, like, it didn't seem to be a contest originally, but now with like Meliona's like, you have actually got to kill him now. There is no other way about this. I kind of appreciate that she isn't losing her cool, although she did take a couple of hits like from there. Like Zora is there. Like, I need to do something, and there it's like, but we're just taken out there, and they don't even have a chance to like go through and even like articulate a plan, because it's like, no, out of everyone, Real actually comes out, which a lot of people have been going a little like I've been referring him to as the Azure Deer Captain, but his actual name is Real because the translations have been a little bit off here and there, like for what we've seen. And I think even as well, like with the volumes I had, I did notice that, and I was like, to be fair, like, we've never seen so much of him until only recently, so it's hard to get to him, but it's like, now we've got another captain class here, we've got, like, one of the fucking third eyes here, so now it's either going to have to be, like, Leona is going to have to probably try and deal with Real, and maybe Asta's going to have to deal with, like, with True Liar right here. Like, there's no other real way to address it, and I kind of wonder if it's, like, if anything, all the elves awakened like this, like, feel the same, and it's like, because you see them, and it's like, their personalities haven't completely changed. Like, you get to see, like, there isn't a 180 to this, because Luck is still kind of acting the same. It's just that he knows exactly what his true purpose is now. Same thing with, like, Real we're seeing right now. He's like, yeah, it's like, he's still his happy-go-lucky, like, kind of form. Like, we get to see this, so I am wondering right now, with a lot of shit that's going on, it's like, so, clearly it seems like, from how they're acting, is like, they don't, like, it was still the same personalities, regardless, so this, in the end, it's like, we don't know fully if their memories are still attached to, like, how they are, although, from what we saw with, like, with also as well, with the Golden Dawn, with, like, Yuno's allies and all that, I mean, mostly it was like, we never treated you as, like, as a friend, and it makes me wonder now, especially with Yuno, like, is Yuno just going to pretend, none of that happened, I know who I truly am, because clearly where they're insinuating with him, he's like, he's either Leet or he's Leet's kid, so there's a lot to go down in the chapter where it's just like, it's leading a bunch of like mysteries, like setting up, it's like, how exactly were they originally reincarnated as the human souls and all that. We saw that where it's like, well, what exactly did he give up in exchange, like, from Leet and all that, because we see that it was his own life, but we don't fully know if he was eventually reincarnated as Yuno, or that was his child that was inside his wife. So, and that leaves another question, what about Leet's wife? What about all these other people? Because it seems like it was just the elves and not the like his human wife. So there's a lot of things to go down. It's like, I want to see how exactly Yuno, because we haven't seen how he is acting right now. We want to see how the fuck are we going to get out of this situation. Like, we're going to have to get some captains, like, in here. Like, how is Meliona going to be, like, is she going to do some noble sacrifice? Is she actually going to buy time to people? Because all their strong hitters have all just turned on their side, and they can't really try and escape now. This is the situation they're in, so they're just going to have to try and fight and hold out until someone bails their asses out. And whether or not that's going to be Mars, whether or not that's going to be the witches, or whether or not they just have a fucking time to escape, like, we don't know about this right now. So clearly, you know, now we're seeing this. I think Aston might have to start pulling out the anti-demon mode. He is going to have to pull something out of his ass to deal with the situation. But overall, it's been really exciting for like the past couple of weeks with Clover and all that. I've been really looking forward to getting this invasion, and now like Liar's like, all right, round 2, which I'm glad, because original Liar was really underwhelming, because Leona and Asta were dominating. It was a complete like curb stomp. Now we've got to see what the new version is, and now it's, albeit it is a 2v3, you're still dealing with like a third eye commander, and you're dealing with a captain technically as well. And we've seen as well with the tournament that even beforehand and all that, before he awakened to his power, he was goddamn strong. So we need to see exactly what's going down there. And it leads up to a question, is like, with these guys leading, who do you think then are we going to have for, like, are we going to have some new like captains in there? Because we've got a lot of open spots right now, and it'd be kind of interesting to see what's going to happen. And plus, we need to know what's happening with like Noel's brothers as well. We need to know what's happening on the side with like, you know, with Gray, like what happened with Gauche as well, Finral, Langris. Like, we've got a bunch of characters, so definitely a lot of questions more than answers on there. But it is madness right now in Clover, and I'm really enjoying, like, I'm loving this twist so far. So can't wait to see more of it. But that's all from me. Thank you so always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.